Hi everyone, today we will be picking parts for the best AMD gaming PC under $1,000. So without further ado, let's start this video. So for our CPU, we have gone with the AMD Ryzen 5 5600. So this is a pretty good CPU. It has 6 cores, 12 threads. It has a boost frequency of 4.4 GHz, which is great for gaming because most games now require high frequency CPUs to increase FPS, to have high FPS. So this will be a great CPU for people who want to game. The CPU also has 6 cores, which will help you with everyday tasks. And it comes with a stock heatsink, which is also pretty good. It cools your CPU very good. It's actually nice for a stock heatsink. This CPU is also streaming compatible as it has 6 cores, which will be plenty for gaming and streaming at the same time. This CPU is also unlocked. This means that it can be overclocked. Furthermore, in order to achieve higher performance. For our motherboard, we went with the ASUS TUF Gaming B450 Plus motherboard. This is an excellent motherboard for its price. It has 2 PCIe Gen 3 slots, which is plenty for the everyday user. It has also BIOS flashback, which is very helpful for many people. For example, if you have a new CPU and the BIOS of this motherboard or the software of the motherboard might not support it. With this feature here on this motherboard, you can actually update the motherboard without having to get an older gen CPU and plugging it in the socket. So this is actually a quite nice feature to have in every motherboard. In addition to that, it also has USB Type-C ports, which are the new gen USB ports that are fast and support and that have a larger bandwidth. The board also has 4 DIMM slots for memory, which will give you a total of 128 gigs if you wish to have. It also has a lot of SATA ports, so that you can plug in a lot of external SSDs to the motherboard if you'd like. As some of you might know, Ryzen CPUs require high frequency RAM in order to perform at their top performance. So we decided to go with the Corsair Vengeance LPX memory that is, as you can see, AMD ready, that has a 3600 MHz frequency. This is also a 16 gig kit, so it will be plenty enough for you to game on your computer and do other tasks and open plenty of Chrome browsing tabs. For our SSD or storage, we went with a Sabrent Rocket Q 1TB and NVMe PCIe M.2 internal SSD. It's a high performance drive that has a total capacity of 1 TB. It's a PCIe Gen 3 drive also, which means that you will have faster speeds of read and write with this SSD. For this price, this SSD is quite good as it has a decent capacity and it has a really good speeds of read and write. So for our GPU, we went with the MSI Mech Radeon RX 6600 XT. This is an excellent GPU. It's one of the latest GPUs. It's competing more or less with the RTX 3060 Ti. It has 8 GB of GDDR6. It's a really good card. It has several of AMD's most recent technologies for upscaling, like a competitor to DLSS, for example. And it has a special, and as this is a AMD build, I thought it should be an AMD GPU instead of a NVIDIA GPU. By having also a AMD CPU and GPU combined, you also have an extra performance due to the AMD Smart Access Memory. This is more or less a special thing when you combine AMD card and AMD CPU that can give you a 15% boost in performance across games. This is basically it allows when you combine both CPU and GPU of AMD, the CPU is able to to speak in directly with the GPU without having to go first to the memory and then to the GPU. So therefore, the performance of the CPU of the computer will be better. For power, we went with the EVGA Supernova 750 power supply. This is an excellent power supply. It's 750 watts. It's 80 gold plus, which means it's very efficient, and it's fully modular, so you don't have to use unnecessary cables. This power supply will also allow you to upgrade the GPU if you want in the future. So if you want to upgrade the computer, you can with this power supply. Last but not least, for our case, we went with the Corsair 4000D Airflow with tempered glass. This case is a mid-tower ATX case, and it's an amazing and beautiful case. It has mesh front, it has several dust filters, which will allow to keep your the inside of your PC more clean and without dust, and it comes with 2 included fans. So in total we will spend around $1,010. However, I would still recommend you that you buy additional fans, as 2 are not enough for a high-end PC build like this. So thank you for watching, guys. Hope you'll enjoy this video. Please don't forget to like the video, comment down below which parts you liked and which parts you did not like as much in this build. Comment also some combos, GPU and CPU, that you would like to see in future videos, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you and see you next time.